Hey, what's up, everybody? Here we go again, episode 68 of At Face Value. I'm Brian.
I'm Lucas.
And I'm Will.
Super pumped to have you back again for another week. It's going to be a good one today. I can already feel it. So,
Yeah.
uh, super excited to have everyone here. Thanks for all the people that have been watching the show, watching our TikToks, all that good stuff, following all our social media. We appreciate it. So, we just keep on rolling. So, let's get into it. So, as we do every other week, start with the hugs and hikes. So, Lucas, you want to start with the hug?
Yeah. As of like 2 hours ago, I'm gonna give my hug to whoever the $1 million donors are at LSU for ponying up the money to get Brian Kelly out of town. Um, Again, I didn't think it was gonna happen. I thought LSU was gonna be stuck with him for another 3 to 4 years. Um, Obviously, we'll get into it in a little bit later. The embarrassment that happened on Saturday night was, I guess, enough. It was a final straw. Um, and they cut ties. So whoever went in there with Todd Graves, if that was you, man, you need a big hug. All the other big donors who threw their money into the pot to make the buyout possible, you deserve a huge hug from me because last night was rough. So
Well, that's what I was gonna say. Like, it's one thing to lose a game like that, but to get just absolutely embarrassed at your own place. I mean, you really don't have a choice at that point. I mean, it was just
I mean, you see the student section like chanting "Fire Kelly" in the first half of the game, and you're leading.
yeah,
Um, it just all boiled over, and I know a lot of the people who make those decisions, they were giving him a pass with. I mean, he had two ranked losses on the road in the SEC, two top 10 teams on the road now, so you can give him a little pass. But what was the product on the field in the second half on Saturday night was just the final straw. So, and again, we'll get into all that stuff a little bit later. But whoever
oh yeah,
donated, whatever, opened up their pocketbooks. Do people write checks nowadays? I don't know. Open up their checkbooks to buy that out is awesome. So, huge hug.
I was there at their next home game. Are they gonna have their boosters out on the sideline with a big donation check to the Louisiana State University?
Well, dude, yeah, well, dude, I don't know, and I don't know. LSU's PR team is gonna have to do a lot of stuff because literally like 6 hours before the game, they announced that they're raising ticket prices next year. Like all this stuff is just going down, and you're just like, you're gonna raise ticket prices, and this is the product you're putting on the field.
Yeah.
I'm sure that played a part into it, where season ticket holders, boosters, and everybody's like, you're raising prices, and this is what we have. We're not buying. We're not re-upping next year.
Hmm.
And so there had to be like a cost analysis by the room staff or the GMs or whoever does the financials at LSU saying, hey, we're going to lose more money keeping him here than if we just buy him out. There had to be some sort of analysis there.
For sure.
So, yeah.
Now it's just who's up next is the next question, but we'll see.
Oh, yeah.
What about you, Will? What you got?
My hug is going to go to the Kansas Jayhawks, who for the 17th time in a row lost to rival Kansas State.
Is
Really?
it really?
That was the 17th straight meeting Kansas State has beat Kansas.
Wow.
And a Kansas team that, is usually a laughing stock, has been better the last couple years, and they're
Absolutely.
fun to talk about, and they're, just a fun football team in the Big 12 to follow. They got trounced pretty rough. I think it's 41-17, and the
Yeah.
17th straight time they've
Wow.
taken a loss from the Wildcats. So big hug to all the Jayhawk faithful up there, because that's a pretty rough stretch.
Dang, man.
Yeah. I didn't realize it'd be 17 because
It
you think
was,
just
yeah,
rivalry, but man, that's rough.
yeah.
But like you said, the way they've been playing the last few years with Jalen Daniels, all these like athletes on the outside and stuff, like they had to have snuck one out of there. But
And this was at home.
ugh,
Yeah.
that's
Tough
gross.
scene. Tough
That's
scene.
gross. Ugh.
especially with Kansas State, who has not been playing great this year. Just go in there and just embarrass you.
They've sneakily been figuring it out the last 3 weeks. They're
Yeah.
finally playing like the team I and some other people thought they were going to be preseason. And if you go look up, we've talked about him early, especially early season. You go look up Avery Johnson's stats, it would very much surprise you. On paper, he seems like a really good quarterback, and but we have all watched him this year not be one. But uh, yeah, they just automatically in like week 5 decided we'll be the team we all everybody else thought we might be coming in the season. So
Mm.
Well, dude, and just looking at his picture, even like I can't take the dude seriously. Like he's got like the baby face, just like the curly flowing locks. Like it's just hard for me to like just take him seriously as like a true quarterback.
Yeah.
But we kind of talked about it earlier, but I just want to give a hug to all of our great commenters that do such a good job week after week of just telling us how bad we are about telling our story and giving our opinions and just reminding us of how little knowledge we have about sports. So just really wanted to shout out to them, just really keeping us in check, just making sure we don't get too full of ourselves and just keeping us on the straight and narrow. So thanks to all those guys. Big Daddy Gooner, you the real MVP out there. So
Man, all
appreciate
of them, man. I love it. Keep them coming.
it. Yeah.
I really do. It's awesome.
Yeah.
I like engaging with our fans.
Fans, yeah.
Our
For
only
sure.
fans.
What about hike, Luke? You got a hike?
Yeah, this might be similar to y'all's. The NBA can take a hike with all this Italian mafia, sports betting, crazy rigged poker games with unreal technology. Um, yeah, it's wild what's coming out of this story. And honestly, this is in 4 years. If Hollywood doesn't run with this as a movie, they're doing something wrong. I don't know who's going to be casted as Adam Silver,
it's
but
Austin Powers.
um, I mean, shoot,
You remember the Austin Powers whenever he like uses the glasses to see the cards in blackjack?
dude, it's honestly crazy, man. But this is straight textbook from a movie stuff going on. Um, Chauncey Billups, like at some point, and I mean, I don't know a lot about the mafia and how they run things, but uh, I don't think they just go out and pick random people. Like the people who were involved with this had to be down bad with betting that they were forced to do this. I would think. I don't know, but it's wild everything coming out of this. It's pretty crazy. Um,
And that's kind of what I was wondering too. Is like, how do you develop those connections to where you get that deep and that like you're in with big, like big time criminal people,
yeah, I don't
allegedly,
know.
and that you're involved in all of this and yeah, and just
Yeah,
making
I
making
don't
your friends a lot of money.
I don't know, but another thing too, and I don't think this is a new thing at all. Um, I think Michael Jordan just really wanted to play baseball, or was there something going on there too? Because I feel like there's been things in the NBA that haven't really shook out too much either over the course of the last 20 years. Um, the load management aspect of it, which is crazy. Yeah, I feel like this is a lot deeper than just the last few years where um, someone fakes an ankle injury 8 minutes into a game to win an easy prop bet. But I don't know. I'm sure more will come out as the months go on.
There's been
What did
a lot of arrests with
I
this.
think it's up to 34 now
It's
of how
yeah,
many
I knew it
people
was
they
30 something. I didn't know the exact number. I knew it was
yeah.
30 something arrests tied to
That's
this whole thing.
crazy.
Well,
And
dude,
how
Terry
many are?
Rozier's the craziest part because like he's the one that was literally like telling people like, "Hey, I'm gonna leave this game early with a quote unquote injury," and so like he had friends that were making $200,000 off of games just betting his under statistics on his prop bets, like just just wild stuff.
How many of those arrests have been players slash managers? I know obviously Rozier and Billups, but anybody?
That's
Yeah,
it.
that's it so
That's
far.
it. I mean, there was some stuff a couple years ago with some guys that I think all of this is getting looped together now. Or some guys like Michael Porter Jr.'s brother got
Mm,
banned from the league for life for some of this prop bet stuff that uh, Brian's talking about. And there were some other guys that got investigated, but Rozier's actually already been investigated before and then got cleared,
mm,
and then now he's been arrested. Um, the fact that a current sitting head coach on after the day after night one in the NBA gets arrested is very wild.
yeah.
And the
Yeah.
timing of all this is also very interesting. Like they waited till after day one of the NBA
Oh yeah.
to
Wait for
arrest
the
this
season to get
guy.
started, and then here we go. Like,
Interesting timing, but
yeah. Mm.
yeah. Um,
They, Chauncey Billups should have just got an interpreter. Honestly,
you just blame him.
yeah,
Yep.
he would have been scot free.
Then
Great
everything's
call.
good.
Great call.
It's
Yeah,
crazy.
man. I mean, it's going to keep developing. There's going to keep being. I think there might be more players involved. Like, kind of going back to like you said, the NBA can take a hike. Like that. Like, I guess it kind of connects to what Will was saying. How when it first came out that the FBI was investigating Rozier, they pulled him, and he didn't play the rest of the season. Then he gets traded, and then the next season he's back to playing again. And so it was kind of a weird situation of like, I guess they thought like, okay, now he knows the FBI is investigating him, so like he's not going to do it anymore. Like it's just a very weird situation into why they decided to go ahead and let him keep playing despite all of
Yeah,
that. But I don't know. But I guess on the other side too, it's like, okay, you're telling this guy he can't play, but I mean, what does it do for like that NBA team that went and got him, and now he's not able to play, and so it's just I don't know. It's kind of a crazy situation. It'll keep playing out. We'll probably have updates weekly on this on what's going on. So
Yeah, it is
yeah.
we'll
definitely not
see.
over.
What about you, Will?
The Mississippi State Bulldogs can take a hike for robbing me of a perfect weekend. All right. We're obviously going to dive into A&M LSU. The Texans won a good home game today over a banged up 49ers team, but hey, a win in the NFL, you don't make excuses, you take them. They were up 17 points with 9 minutes to go at home in a raucous Stark Vegas crowd, and they found a way to not just piss down their leg, but blow this game. Then this is not the first time they've done this, so I shouldn't be surprised, but we were that close to having Texas beat on the road, and it would have just brought so much joy to my Aggie heart to see that happen. And yeah, I was robbed of it. So the Bulldogs can take a hike because they had them, and they should have beat them, and they did beat them everywhere but the scoreboard.
Yeah, no, they really did. Oh,
At some,
Niblet from Texas has now saved them three
I was
consecutive games.
I was literally just gonna say, at some point you just gotta stop kicking to that dude. Like
Yeah,
he's really good.
He had 6 inches on the sideline and somehow tiptoed around it.
Yeah,
yeah,
he's really good at returning punts. If I'm A&M going into Austin at the end of the year, I'm not punting to that guy.
We don't have to worry
no,
about it; it'll get blocked, so it won't even get there.
Oh, I mean, yeah, maybe.
But yeah, so Mississippi State. Levy's got them in a good direction. I mean, they're playing good football. They should have beat Texas. They had Tennessee on the ropes. Probably should have won that game.
Yeah,
They were in field goal range last week at Florida whenever Shapen throws the pick. I mean, they are I mean, they're still at the bottom of the barrel of the SEC, but they are a coin flip away from being having three more wins in the conference.
and don't
And
forget they
should have at least two of them.
beat what's now looking to be
Arizona
a
State.
pretty good Arizona
Yeah.
State team, who just beat Texas Tech, and yeah,
Yeah. So I mean they're right there, but they are inventing new ways to lose games.
yeah.
Yeah, because now they still haven't won a conference game since 2023, so they're in rough shape right now.
They haven't won one this year,
No.
No, they're 0-4 in conference.
and they should be 3-1.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty
Mm.
brutal.
And they better win next week at Arkansas, or they're not getting one probably.
no,
At
Mm-mm.
home against Georgia, go to Missouri, and then the Egg Bowl is going to be crazy. I mean, you never know what can happen.
Yeah,
And this is the best Mississippi State team in that game in a while. So,
absolutely.
um,
true.
but yeah, wow, should be 3-1 though. So Mississippi State and all your cowbells get go hiking.
Well, going off of choke jobs, I was going to give a hike to the South Carolina Gamecocks that they decided that they did not want to beat Alabama over the weekend. They were up 8 with under 2 minutes left, and Alabama scored, got the 2 point, tied it up, and then Lenore Sellers 2 plays later fumbles the ball, gives it right back, and allows Alabama to go score to win the game. So it's losing in it's kind of the same way, just losing in brutal fashion. Like, they kind of controlled that game. I mean, I think they led all the way until the very end. So
Well,
just
it, they had. I think Alabama had. I guess at the end they had what, three offensive scores, but that pick six at the beginning of the game was pretty much all the offense that they could muster against a not great South Carolina defense either.
yeah, for
And so
sure.
it's yeah, they did everything they could to choke that one away too. Which again, I think it just goes down to the parity that we're seeing in the SEC from top to bottom.
Any given
Um,
Saturday.
yeah, it's kind of wild because Alabama was cruising there for a while, and all of a sudden they look pretty mediocre offensively.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and so far nobody's got. Like they have nobody's actually lost the game, but my God, there should have been some that have. Like they've all somehow snuck this out.
Yeah,
Texas 2 weeks in a row, Bama here. I mean, there's been some very close calls. Ole Miss at Kentucky earlier this year was only
Yeah.
a 7 point game. I mean, there's been some like nobody's got, but God, there's been so many close ones.
LSU's got. They got now. Yeah, three times
Yeah.
they got.
They got. Can't argue that.
Yeah,
But they lost to teams that they're better than?
yes, they are better than Ole Miss. They are better. Like when the NFL draft comes around, LSU is going to have more NFL players than Ole Miss and Vandy for sure. Not maybe not Texas A&M, but LSU and Ole Miss and Vandy, especially on the defensive side of the ball. Like Mansour Delane's probably going to be a top 10, top 15 pick in the NFL draft at corner. Uh, Whit Weeks will be an NFL football player. On the defensive line, Patrick Payton, they went into the portal, spent $20 million. Like they got NFL dudes. Their offensive line just sucks ass,
Yeah,
which is the crux of this whole thing.
Yeah.
for sure. Well,
Like
let's get into
on
it.
paper they are better, but I
Yeah.
don't know. They also have a they also have a shit coaching staff, which is now gone, which they got out coached in both
I
of those
mean,
games.
yeah, do we just want to roll into it?
I mean, we got to
Because
touch on the
to hold
World
off,
Series, dude.
it's tied 1-1. All right, World Series wrapped up.
Yeah.
No. Real quick,
Yeah.
do the Blue Jays have a shot?
As
I
long
think
as what is his name?
Yamato.
Yamamoto.
Yamamoto doesn't pitch because this is his second straight
Yeah,
complete game.
complete game. Yeah,
Very impressive, especially in the baseball world we live in now, where starters getting to even to the third time through the lineup, very rare in postseason baseball.
yeah.
And he's looked very, very good.
I agree. I agree 100%.
But to answer your
Um,
question, I think the Blue Jays definitely do because if they can chase Dodgers starters, man, their bullpen is not good. They have not been good all year. So
Yeah.
if they can get on the starters, and they have the bats. I mean, Bichette's back now.
Yep.
Vlad's had an unbelievable postseason. Springer historically, and he's had some good moments this postseason, but he's historically an unbelievable postseason player. And then in the game they win, the guys that are making the plays are having the big at bats aren't even the star guys.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know, Kirk hits the home run. Is it Varshu or whoever, however you say his
Yeah.
name?
Yeah. Varsho.
Varsho,
Hits
yeah.
the grand slam. Like not guys you're off the top of your head or your name of Toronto Blue Jays. So yeah, they're definitely live.
Yeah.
But as those words come out of my mouth, it also still feels like the Dodgers are just inevitable.
Yeah. I hope not, but we'll see.
Yeah, I
It
mean,
shifts. It
because
shifts to L.A.
yeah, I was gonna say like it's just yeah, it just seems like they're just relentless. But I mean, if the like Will to Will's point, like if they can chase the starters, I mean they put 5 runs on Blake Snell the first game. So I mean, if they can figure out a way to just put runs together and get to that bullpen, that and kind of going to the point we made last week or 2 weeks ago, like if you make Dave Roberts have to manage, that's putting you in the best position to win the game. So, I mean, otherwise he's just sitting back and he's just letting his players do the thing. So,
Who's
if
net?
they,
Who's game three? Kershaw.
no, he's not on the roster.
He
Is he
is on the
not?
It's
roster. He's on the
uh,
roster,
it's
but
it's
he's
Scher,
he
it's Scherzer versus Glasnow.
he
Scherzer.
Kershaw's only getting into a seventh inning game when the Dodgers are up 11-2.
Yeah, he ain't
Yeah.
pitching.
He's not pitching again.
Yeah. That's
Also, one more quick hug to Trey Yusevich, the Blue Jays game 1 starter, 22-year-old that was in high A ball to start the season, and he started game 1 of the World Series.
that's
Yeah,
wild.
I know he didn't get the win because he didn't make it through 5, but that's an unbelievable that's an insane rise within a season to be at high A ball and then you find yourself starting game 1 of the World Series. So shout out to him, man.
Yeah.
yeah, it's
He's
a
a
lot to
grinder.
step into for sure. So yeah,
Four, 4 good innings, but yeah, World Series tied 1-1. And did we talk about it last week? I don't know. Like I'm in a pickle. I still don't know. I can't cheer for the Dodgers, but I can't cheer for Canada either. So I don't know what I'm doing here.
yeah.
Yeah,
Like
I'm
I
cheering for
really am in a
Canada.
pickle.
I'm cheering for Canada.
I
I was
think in
say,
my heart I am, but like it feels weird to say out loud.
yeah. In this situation, I'll root for Canada, but that's about the only time.
Yeah. Agreed.
But yeah, so the World Series tied 1-1, heading to LA. So, uh, NFL is going on this week. Cowboys are horrible. They are who we thought they were. So life goes on. I
Not
will
good.
make a
It's not
quick.
good.
I'll give a hug though to Aaron Glenn, who got his first career win as a head coach today. Came back against the Cincinnati Bengals to win. Scored 23 points in the fourth quarter to win 39-38.
Wait, the Jets
So
won?
Jets
yeah,
won.
Dude, that's good for New Orleans.
It's
dude, they were.
great. Yeah.
It was 31-16 going into the fourth quarter, and then yeah, the Jets made a roaring comeback. So
Diego Pavia, welcome to New Orleans, Louisiana. That would be the
It's
most Saints thing ever. We draft Diego Pavia
yeah.
1 overall.
I did
That
want to.
game was crazy. The game was
Oh,
crazy.
go ahead.
That was
Yeah,
crazy because so the Jets were done with Fields. Like they were benching him. Tyrod Taylor was supposed to start. He gets hurt in practice, and then they have to go back to Fields. And then he leads a fourth quarter comeback on the road at Cincy, but still
just had
they've
to get
been
a little dose of
awful.
reality real quick.
It was great. The NFL is just such a weird sport, man.
Mm.
uh, I did want to give a quick suck it to Miles Garrett as well. So Miles Garrett today had 5 sacks. And so you would think that alone would impact the game, but they lost to the Patriots 32-13 today, and he had 5 sacks by
He had
himself.
5 sacks.
Yeah, 5 sacks
That is
today,
crazy. How did I miss that?
and they got blown out by 3 touchdowns.
32-13, and Miles Garrett had 5 sacks.
Yeah.
They sacked Drake
So
May 6 times, and they lost by 20
three
or 19
touchdowns. Yeah.
points.
Yeah. That's what I was saying, dude. Like, it's crazy with him. Like, he's like, I don't want to be in Cleveland anymore. I want to be a contender. And then they said, what if we pay you $40 million a year? And he's like, man, I love Cleveland. I can't wait to bring a championship here. Like, because I said the same thing about Parsons. Like, Parsons would have done the same thing. Like, I don't want to be in Dallas, but if they offered him 45 million a year, oh yeah, I'll be in Dallas forever. Like, dude, like, get out of here. Don't play the game. Like, we know you're there for the money at this point. Like, they showed a picture of him. He was literally sitting like on the far end of the bench. Like, no one's within 40 yards of him. He's like Miles Garrett just sitting by himself on the bench, like during the game. So like it's just rough, man. He's getting paid though.
The NBA kicked off too, or tipped off, I guess, not kick. Tipped
Dude,
off. Freaking,
yes.
I had a money line play on freaking the Rockets over the freaking Thunder,
Thunder.
and SGA. I feel like he just drives looking for a foul every time, which is what ended up happening in the double overtime where they made two free throws to win the game.
That's what
Um,
won him an MVP trophy last year.
it's honestly kind of crazy. I mean, I don't watch the NBA. I watched that game because I had money on it, um, and it was actually kind of a hard watch watching like SGA just going to his right every time and getting a foul call. It was pretty
Led
rough.
led the entire game only to just
Yeah,
blow it at the end.
yeah, it was tough.
0-2 start. 0-2 start. So we
Yeah,
gotta we
they
gotta get off the mat. Gotta get off the mat.
who'd they lose to next? It was the Trailblazers. Was it
Pistons.
Chauncey?
The
That was the
Pistons.
Pistons.
Yeah.
Pistons.
It's Pistons.
Yeah. But
Chauncey
dude, what a
coaching
way to
from
kick off the
prison.
season though. That was absolutely insane. Like, just
Yeah.
going to overtime right off the bat. Just
Did
The
did
Thunder twice now.
I was just gonna
Thunder have gone
say,
to
yeah.
did
they
they
went to
win their
double
second one?
overtime. They did, and
They
double
won both.
overtime.
I think they were the first team in NBA history to open up with double overtime games in the first two
I
games. So
that would make sense. That's not something that happens. But
yeah.
yeah, SGA scored like 36 in the Rockets game and like 55 in the next one. So
Mm.
going for back-to-back MVPs. I think he's already shot. I could be wrong,
100.
but I was gonna say about 220 free throws in the first two games, but
It's crazy.
I'm trying to remember. I think Aaron said it. I was trying to remember how many free throws he shot in one of the games. Yeah, against the Pacers, he shot 26 free throws.
that's
It's honestly
no,
hard to
no,
watch.
no. Like it's not a good basketball product.
No.
No. Because like people are comparing him to James Harden, but James Harden could at least create plays. Like SGA, like he knows like I got to be able to shoot free throws, so I'm just gonna get fouled. Like it's just it's rough, man. But
But they're not fouls. That's the problem. Like
yeah,
they aren't fouls. What they're calling. Like I guess by definition, I guess they are by definition. But I mean, you literally just have to blow on the guys these days, and
yeah,
it's a foul. So, and if you actually put any pressure, it's flagrant one, and you're just kicked out. So
yeah,
it's just a bad product overall. We got to get back to the 90s where you could tackle dudes and break a bone, and it might be a foul.
Yeah, I
yeah. It's gonna
agree.
be rough, man. So we'll see. Let's get rolling to some college football.
It's all that matters. The rest of these sports are the most
Yeah.
irrelevant thing in my life right now.
Premier League. Let's talk about Arsenal.
Yeah. Hey, they're rolling, dude. 6 points up right now.
That's right.
All right. Anywhere in particular you want to start?
Was it Friday night? Was it Cal played Friday?
Friday was no, there's nobody
Pulling up.
Friday. Well, I was gonna say,
No,
well,
no, there was a. I thought there was a. Wasn't there a
Cal
ranked team that played Friday?
no, it's North Texas Charlotte, Cal Virginia Tech, and Boise State
Oh,
Nevada.
It was Cal Virginia Tech. That's right.
Double overtime.
and the
Hmm.
North Texas kid threw for like over 600 yards.
Yeah, 608 yards. Like, dude, like their offense is electric. I mean, outside of that South Florida game, I mean, they've been pretty dominant this year. So
Yeah.
they just, yeah, I feel like at this point it's just gonna be, it'll be hard for them to find a way to get into any sort of conversation, really. I mean, but speaking of South Florida, we'll talk about that game as well.
Yeah.
So let's get rolling. So Georgia Tech, I know a lot of us we thought that Syracuse might cover that 17 and a half, but man, Georgia Tech came out and it was close for about the first quarter and a half, and then Georgia Tech just blew it open and it went 41-16. So Georgia Tech's 8-0. Haynes King
Yeah,
keeps
man.
on rolling. Keeps
Yeah,
doing
they
what he
look
does.
good.
Five total touchdowns, 300 yards passing, 91 on the ground. Like, dude, he's just a machine, man. Just a machine.
I mean, there's got to be at some point got to talk about him in the Heisman race too,
Oh,
because
100%.
he's putting up crazy numbers.
It's the most complete game that that team's played this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, for sure. He's looked good. So
He's
it
not
is
going to
kind of,
get Heisman love, but he should. I agree with that, but he
well, that's what I was gonna
won't.
say. It's interesting. Well, I guess it's based on, who they've played or whatever, because they haven't played like too many high level. I mean, their one big win was the Clemson game, and now we've seen what Clemson's turned into. But I mean, other than that, I mean, I guess it's just the quality of opponent is what's hurt him more than anything. Because I mean, I think he definitely deserves some sort of consideration. But
Yeah, I agree 100%.
because I mean, I think we mentioned it. I don't know if we mentioned it on the podcast, but I know we talked about it outside for sure. Like this is one of the most wide open Heisman races in general. Like, I mean, at this point, I mean, like
Yeah.
there's not just like a clear favorite of like who's just gonna run away with the Heisman this year. It's just
And and I feel like every week we get a little bit of clarity, and the front runner just pisses down his leg. Carson Beck it was the talk, and then he throws those four interceptions, and then Ty Simpson. Everyone was talking about, oh, he plays super clean. Should have lost to South Carolina and didn't look very good. Um,
I don't
so
even know if there's even a list, guys, because like, how do you narrow the list like down to like 7 or 8 guys?
I mean, sure,
It's that close.
surely Fernando Mendoza's got to be in the driver's seat now, for what like the numbers that they're putting up at Indiana is crazy. I mean, we'll talk about it later. Marcel Reed might be in the conversation as well if they keep winning.
yeah.
At the end of the day, at this point, since there's no crazy statistical outliers like there usually is, now we're going in the best quarterback on the best team.
I was just about to make that exact point that in any other year, both guys you just mentioned are not even getting the invite to New York. But because of the situation, I agree. I agree with that point that if you have an undefeated team, throw in Sayin at Ohio State. Ohio State could be undefeated, so he'll get love just because he's the quarterback on the undefeated
Yeah,
team. So, but yeah, there's nobody that's really separated themselves. Uh, but Mendoza probably isn't the driver's seat. I mean, 24 tuds, three INTs. The
yeah,
yardage
that's a
isn't crazy high, but the QBR, he's fourth in QBR. I mean, and
yeah.
they're undefeated and not particularly playing any close games. Like they're just beating teams. So yeah,
Yeah,
he's probably in the driver's seat.
that was gonna be the next game I wanted to touch on was the Indiana and UCLA. We've seen what UCLA's done the past few weeks, kind of had a rebirth, and then Indiana comes in and absolutely just demolishes them.
Yeah.
It's
56-6.
I was thinking about taking UCLA in the points.
I did.
I was thinking about it. I really was,
I
and then
did it.
I thought better of it at the end. But dude, it's what they're doing is pretty impressive.
24 and a half was a lot of points. Like,
Yeah,
I mean, and the way UCLA's
absolutely.
offense has been humming. I mean,
Yeah.
don't get me wrong. No way I think UCLA is going to win the game, but I was like,
No,
3, 4 touch, or 24 points and a hook. Like, yeah, I'll take that.
I was
Hmm.
I
Wasn't
was right
even
there with you.
wasn't even a by halftime. It was like, oh wow, that was a really bad call.
Yeah, I was right there with you, man. And same thing, like, as you were saying, there's no way I would go the other way. Like, obviously now that we know the score was, it seems stupid not to, but 24 and a half, that's a lot of points to cover, and they made it look easy.
Hmm.
Um, another pretty interesting 11 o'clock. Wake Forest is sneakily 5-2. They beat SMU 13-12, which obviously is not a good game, but they lost to Georgia Tech by one in overtime as well. They could be. They lost to NC State, so they would be what 3-1 in conference, and instead they're 2-2.
Ooh.
That's
NC State's not
Yeah.
good either.
no, they're
No,
not.
they're pretty rough.
But if they had a win against Georgia Tech under their belt, they'd be making a little bit of noise in the ACC.
Didn't that field goal like barely go in too?
I believe so.
I it was like
So I didn't see it.
it was like a
Yeah,
yeah, I think yeah, it was another one of those kind of almost fluky endings.
it was 50 yarder, so that checks. But um, I saw that, and obviously we know this isn't the same SMU team of last year. I think they're down a little bit for
Not
sure.
at all.
For
Um,
sure.
but still, Wake Forest. We during the ACC preview, we didn't even mention them. Like they were like, yeah, it's Wake
No.
Forest. We didn't
I
even
think I might
talk
have
about them.
mentioned him as being like just irrelevant,
Yeah,
like
Yeah.
not even worth talking about.
and so I mean their remaining schedule, they go at Florida State and then at Virginia, which that might be a little spicy there. The Virginia game, so we'll
Yeah,
see.
they could definitely ruin Virginia's chances to make the ACC title game.
Absolutely, it's not what
I'll
we
say
thought
we
it
can
was at
get
the beginning of the season.
yeah. I'll say we can get into Virginia because that was I think it was just last week we even talked about like them being like most likely in the ACC title game because they were playing well and with the way that the layout was and then yeah then they barely sneak out in overtime over a bad North Carolina team and I mean really and North Carolina went for two to try to win the game so I mean if they kicked the extra point there I mean you could see
But did
you
you
never
see
know
where the
what might
ball
happen.
was? You see where the ball
No, I
was
didn't
at the
see
end,
it.
dude. It was
Yeah.
literally an inch. They were an inch from winning that football game.
Golly.
Yeah, dude, it was a crazy
Big,
ending. Um,
Big Bill almost got him a big win under his belt. But
yeah,
I think he made the right call. Like
no,
oh,
the
for
way the
absolutely.
sure.
season's
Yeah.
going, I mean, go for it. I mean, it'd be a great win. And even the last 2 weeks in general, like we can maybe pump the brakes a little bit on North Carolina. Like they're not getting embarrassed anymore. Like they're playing motivated football, especially on the defensive side. The offense is still very lackluster, but
Yeah,
I mean, maybe we all got a little bit over our skis calling this an abject failure when maybe give the guy a little time maybe to not saying it's going to work out great, but at least we see a little bit of a turn, and this may not be as bad of a avalanche that it looked like Bill Belichick's career was going to end with. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
They're not losing by 25 every week anymore.
correct. I mean, again, they were half a football away from beating an undefeated in the ACC Virginia team. So,
I mean, they have to go 4-1 the rest of the way to get into a bowl. I mean, they go to Syracuse, to North Carolina, or they got Stanford at home, to Wake Forest, Duke at home, and NC State at the end. So I don't see four wins in that schedule, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
but
Stanford's
Stanford, no,
yeah.
no, they're bad.
Hey, we
Everybody
said that. We said that last week.
Everybody got a little crazy when they went and they scored seven real fast against USC, and then
Dude, it was
uh,
7-7 at halftime against Miami.
Yeah, dude.
I
That's
mean,
what I was
I
going.
said USC, I
Yeah.
meant
Yeah.
Miami, and then yeah, well then that just kind of went away real fast. But
Yeah. In a hurry. They were coming off
But
that Florida State high.
but does that say more about Miami? Like that's I don't know.
teams are
Yeah, I
allowed to
mean,
have a better second half than a first half.
Not always.
not always.
We'll get into
That's
that.
funny.
Same thing. We talked about Niblet returning a punt. That was a big moment in the game too. But we'll get there.
Yeah. Oh, well, let's keep rolling. Let's get into the SEC then. So Vanderbilt, Missouri, big game there. Tennessee ends up scoring late to take the win. Vanderbilt ends up scoring late to take the win, 17-10. So, man, it was a hard nosed matchup though. I mean, it was back. I mean, 3-3 at halftime. I mean, it was very defensive minded for sure.
I was gonna say as I didn't take the 24 and a half in the Indiana game, I made a bad call here, and I was about to hit submit for my under in this game, and I did not. And so that would have been an easy play for the Vandy Mizzou under.
Hmm.
Did y'all happen to see the ending of that game too?
Which part?
The Hail Mary,
No, I didn't
Mm-mm.
see the Hail Mary.
dude. Missouri threw a Hail Mary at the end of the game, and he got tackled at the 1 inch mark to
Oh, I
tie the
missed
game.
that.
It was wild.
Wow.
Wow.
Like I'm not even joking. Like the ball was legitimately a few inches away from crossing the plane to tie the game up at the
Sheesh.
end. And obviously Perbula gets hurt, gets carted
Yeah.
off.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's tough.
I'm sure he wasn't playing great with what the score was at, but I mean it was a wild finish there too. So again, another game of inches where that could have been a totally different game if an overtime kind of thriller.
Yeah.
But Vandy obviously sneaks out with the win. It was y'all should go look that up. It was wild. It was
Yeah.
crazy. Um, but
Are
again,
we are
go
we
ahead.
taking Vandy for real or not? Because
I
I
mean,
still can't do it, even though the record
I'll tell
indicates
you.
it, and they're top 10. But I mean, I still can't bring myself to acknowledge Vandy as an SEC contender.
I wouldn't say they're a contender. I I feel like they're going to continue to win though because they play hard nosed football. Like that's what they are.
Yeah, I mean,
They,
Pavia had his worst game of the season, and they still found a way to
Yeah.
win.
yeah,
And
and
you're not sitting here going the vaunted defense of the Vanderbilt Commodores. So
Right.
they did. I mean, they held Mizzou to 10 points, which Mizzou offense obviously with Perbula out is different, but that's a pretty good number for Vandy's defense. I think their defense has obviously improved from last year, and I feel like they have some weapons as well now. Like on the outside, their tight ends are unbelievable, which I got to witness firsthand last week. Um, but yeah, they're going to Austin this week. I think Texas it's a coin flip. Texas is like a 2.5 point favorite. I would assume from home field advantage, but
if they win at Austin, they have Auburn and Kentucky at home,
yeah,
and then they
they're
have and then they go to Tennessee. If they win in Austin, they might make the playoff.
yeah, oh yeah,
Yeah.
Because again, they should beat Kentucky and Auburn, and then you go to Tennessee, and Tennessee's had its share of you know iffy games. So I'm not going to just sit here and say they can't win it, but um,
dude. If Vandy runs the table, who's playing in the SEC championship game?
that depends on how A&M and Georgia finish out.
No, absolutely.
Yeah.
But say A and M wins out, they're undefeated, they're in. But who's the other team?
Bama's
Bama.
also undefeated in the SEC.
Yeah, that's true. I guess Georgia has the one loss. Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, I don't really know the outside of having to go to Jordan Hare at the end of the season. I don't really see the loss on Bama's
yeah.
schedule.
No,
No, for
So
sure.
Frank Wilson's gonna fire up the team, dude. New
That's
manager
kind of
bounce,
crazy.
baby.
But no, I mean, I feel like if Vanderbilt if they beat Texas, then I mean, assuming they win the other two, I mean, I think they're in the playoff regardless of that Tennessee game because they only got one loss.
Yeah, agreed.
So I mean, I think at
yeah,
ten
but
and
then
two, I
you're
mean, I don't.
then you're talking about five SEC teams potentially. I just don't know if that's going to get it done.
Yeah, I mean,
Mm.
I
And then
would, yeah,
who gets squeezed out?
But the way it played out last year, right? Like if there's two 10-2 teams in the Big 12, two 10-2 teams in the ACC, like I think they give the nod to Vandy in that situation with kind of their strength of schedule. I would think. I don't know what the FPI or whatever the metrics that they use looks like, but in strength of record, strength of schedule, all that stuff that they use in the ballroom in Dallas. But I would assume Vandy's is probably better than most of the other people's.
Well,
It,
the SEC is cheering for Virginia/Georgia Tech to both drop a game, or at least one of them drop a game, which gets Miami back into the
yeah,
ACC title game. Lets Miami win the ACC, then probably gets them a one bid league. And then the Big 12 with Tech already falling, they need Tech to beat BYU, which gives BYU a loss, which can then make the Big 12 possibly a one bid league as
yeah,
well to get four or get five SEC teams in.
Yeah.
Because I would say that would you could also leave Notre Dame out, but they're not. We already all agree they're not going to do that.
no.
Notre Dame's going to get in, so they need some of these other conferences to have some of these teams fall to make their decision a little easier. But because the
If
10
it
and
was a
2
t-
SEC team getting squeezed out would that'd be a very tough argument.
Yeah, that'd be
You know what would
crazy.
solve this? A 2014 playoff.
I was just about to say that.
Well, why don't we just join the NCAA basketball ranks where they're talking about making it 70 something teams now?
Yeah, it is 76 teams or something crazy.
No, but but
Throw them
but
all in there.
but honestly, though, the way the season's been going, the parity is better than it's ever been. I think this season more than any is a perfect example of why a 2014 playoff would work. I mean, you have Wake Forest over here, who's 5-2, who nobody saw coming. You have Mississippi State multiple coin flips away from not having a
Probably being
loss in
six and
conference.
two.
Yeah,
Yeah, being 6 and 2.
so like that's all I'm saying is I think there's more parity across the board, which would allow for the 2014 playoff to be more entertaining, if anything, especially if they're games that matter. Um, Even if it was 24, LSU still wouldn't get in, so it doesn't matter to me. But I
Right.
think it would be good for the sport, but especially the way the season's playing out this year. Um,
Well, that's the thing is if we end the season with all these teams that are so like, one or two losses, and then like you said, like the Vanderbilts or teams like that are getting bounced out, then yeah, I was gonna say like all it's gonna do is just generate more of that conversation as to, this is why we need more teams, and then that's what's eventually gonna push it over the edge.
because the fact that if Vanderbilt gets left out with two losses, like that would be brutal to go through this season playing as well as they have, and they don't even get a chance to play for a championship. Like they don't even get an opportunity. Instead, they're going to a Pop Tart Bowl. You know?
Yeah.
It's just these crazy scenarios that could play out because last year the arguments were being made for three 9-3 SEC teams to try to get into the playoff, and now we're legitimately talking about possibly leaving a 10-2 team out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where if those teams would have been 10-2 last year, they were slam dunk. There's no question. And now we're having a very opposite conversation. There's still
Yeah.
4 games to play. We have a lot of football to,
Yeah.
get figured out here
Absolutely.
yet. But I mean, those scenarios are very, very much on the table.
Oh yeah,
So
absolutely.
Speaking of that, when is the first college football rankings?
I think it's November. It's no the week after the 8th, or is it after the 15th weekend? It's one of the
Uh,
two.
November
It's either,
4th.
oh, really?
So
So it's
so after
it's after
next
next
weekend.
weekend.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's next Tuesday. Will be. Yep.
Well, that'll
Dude,
be fun.
it sucks, man. Like we're already almost to the end of the season, man. Like we were so pumped all summer, and it's almost gone. It kind of
We're
sucks.
8 weeks in.
Yeah,
We're
I
eight
know.
Yeah.
weeks. We have four more football games to watch. All of
Yeah.
our teams play,
I'm
and it
I'm
still
I'm
feels
good
like
with
we
four.
had week one.
And
I'm
then it's
good with
bowl
four.
season, baby.
I wish it was less than four, to be honest. But yes,
Yeah. Dang, he's wide open.
it's crazy.
Well, staying in the SEC, we got Ole Miss and Oklahoma. So very back and forth. Not a whole lot of defense. Over was a lock. So that was a good call on that one. Uh, so yeah, but Ole Miss ends up pulling out the win 34-26. And John Mateer looking more and more like a very average quarterback. Even though I know some people still, go after his thumb or whatever it is, but I mean, but I mean, these are the first Power Four teams he's played, and he's looked below average in both of them. So I do wonder, how good is he really? But
I
I
mean,
don't
Against
know.
a not a crazy good Ole Miss defense either.
No,
no. So this is the one thing I will say. Again, I came into this with a lot of question marks about Mateer from the get go. Again, what was the stat? He put up 13 points against Wyoming last year, or something crazy.
yeah,
Um, but he did look pretty good against Michigan in their win earlier before he got hurt. Did he look crazy good? Not particularly. The stats don't jump off the page, but he looked better than he does now, which is why I think there's still a nagging in like recovery process going on with his thumb. Um, but again, is that going to change the fact that Texas dominated them in the Red River rivalry? Probably not. But this game in particular, he there were some throws that just looked awful against Ole Miss, and like Will said, Ole Miss's defense is not very good. The one thing I will say is Oklahoma's defense is,
yeah.
um, and
Or we
Trinidad.
or we thought it was.
No, 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 dude. Trinidad Chambliss is a baller, dude.
He's very good.
Mm.
He's
He's
like
very,
like
very good.
I think he's one of those guys that's a gamer, dude. Like when the lights come on, he just goes off, which is why I think he didn't win the starting job from the get go. Like there are people that during practice they just go through the motions, do what they need to do, but when the lights come on, they elevate their game. I think he's one of those. He did that on the road against Georgia. I mean, he was dicing up Georgia's defense, which again, not historically Georgia on that side of the ball this year, but first road start. The dude was playing at some D3 school in Michigan last year, and he goes and
You're
does
t
that.
you're talking about back-to-back road games in the SEC where, of course, they won this game, which is on him, but the loss at Georgia was not on him, and he
No,
he played well, and
absolutely.
that's very very impressive against again, not the Georgia defensive pass, but playing at Georgia
No,
is very tough. Georgia does not lose at home, and you gave them everything that they could handle and then some. And then you go against the Venables defense, which has saved this Oklahoma team a few times this year, and put up 34 on the road in Norman. Yeah, that's I mean that's a product of
Yeah.
a Lane Kiffin offense, but also just good quarterback play.
But on the flip side of the Lane Kiffin offense, if you happen to watch the game at all, Lane Kiffin's sitting here going forward on fourth down on their own 25-yard line and gives the ball back to Oklahoma, which they end up kicking a field goal, but it just switched the momentum of the game. Ole Miss was
yeah,
dominating this football game, and Lane Kiffin in certain situations just does this. He
That play
didn't
call was crazy though.
for sure, but still,
yeah.
you're that deep in your own territory. Like punt the ball away. Mateer's not doing anything. The offense is dead, and now you're giving him life, which he didn't do that against LSU, and they won and played a clean game. I I just sometimes Kiffin just kind of gets in his own way sometimes with these fourth down calls.
Well,
Um,
that's what I was gonna say. Like even with that, like even there was one drive that kicked a field goal where he decided to put Austin Simmons in a quarterback off the
yeah,
bench. He puts him in on second and third down, and then they ended up getting 0 yards, and then they have to
incomplete.
kick a field goal. Yeah, like
Yeah,
it was kind of weird, and I think he did it on a 2 point play later, and they didn't get it. Like for it was like the same deal. So yeah, it's just kind of weird, like his kind of his mindset, like is like what he's going through. Like it's almost like he's overthinking it sometimes, but he'll fit into Florida
yeah,
well.
maybe not. We'll
Maybe.
touch on that. We'll
We'll
touch on
get
that
on
later.
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, we'll
Yeah.
touch on that. Oh, I got my popcorn ready for the carousel, dude.
Oh yeah. Oh man. Before we get into the big games, a couple other games. Washington put it on Illinois on Saturday, which I thought was kind of crazy. So I
Man,
mean,
another bad beat. I had the under in that game. It was
yeah,
supposed to be wet, rainy, awful conditions, and yeah,
Washington is
Illinois.
man,
just so inconsistent.
Yeah,
You never know what team's going to show up because if this team shows up, they can hang with most teams in the Big Ten. Not probably not the big three, but any other team in that conference they can hang with. But then you get the team that went to Michigan last week and just looked abysmal.
Yeah, scored
They,
7
they couldn't
points.
could, couldn't do anything. Damon Williams was just kind of there, not really just taking snaps, not really doing anything.
Yeah.
And then you get in a tough coach, good, decent, Bielema team in Illinois and just take it to them. Uh, so
Yeah.
it's hard for me to get a read on Washington because they obviously have the talent. The team's good enough to be better than what the record indicates, um, but they just don't seem to put it together on a weekly basis.
And that's a
Yeah.
tough place to go play at too. Don't get that twisted either. That's a good win for Illinois. Um, yeah, Uh, I think Illinois is irrelevant though in the Big Ten at this point though.
Oh yeah,
Unfortunately,
Yeah,
with their losses.
for
Um,
sure. We'll see. And then on the Big 12 side for implications, the Houston Cougars going to Arizona State. And really, like the score was 24-16, but it didn't really indicate what the game looked like the majority of the time. It was 24-0 going into the fourth quarter. I mean, Houston just pretty much just dominated the whole game. And then Arizona State made that late run. So Houston's very much in the Big 12 race right now. I mean, you got BYU and Cincinnati both at 5-0, and then you got Tech and Houston both at 4-1. So still a lot to
yeah. I
play
mean,
for in the Big 12.
yeah, I'll shout out Houston. I mean, preseason, I said that hey, Willie Fritz is a good coach, and I think he'll get them relevant in the Big 12. But I thought Houston could be frisky, mess up some teams' Big 12 seasons. I wasn't bold enough to think they'd be in the mix though already, doing what they're doing. I I don't know what Willie Fritz did to turn Connor Wigman into a running quarterback
Yeah,
because he did not
111
have
yards
that in his
rushing.
game on 21 carries
Yeah,
and
that's
two
crazy.
tuds. Like I don't
Yeah,
know where he pulled that out of, but good for them. Houston's playing good football, and uh, they're going to be very live in the four games they have left. So
yeah.
uh,
yeah,
Big 12's
I
gonna be
took
dicey.
Houston plus 9.5. Um, I was thinking about taking a money line with the whole field storm fade play
they
that.
were 9.5 point dogs. Really?
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
Um, there's the field storm fade angle too. Obviously, Arizona State rushed the field after beating Tech last week, and so I was honestly thinking about taking Houston money line. I didn't, but I did take them in the points. So yeah, Houston looks pretty decent. Again, like you
I
talked
mean,
about preseason, we thought they would be a little improved, but they're making a little bit of noise, man.
Yeah,
they're they're they're
in the
probably gonna be
running.
favored. They're gonna be favored in every game besides probably at Baylor. They might be a dog at Baylor, but
Yeah,
hmm
home against West Virginia, go to UCF, home against TCU. The
yeah,
TCU game could be a coin flip, but uh, they're gonna be favored, and then they would need a little help because Cincy and
yeah,
BYU are both undefeated. We'll talk about it later, but Cincy's got a tough game this week going to Utah, but uh, Houston could find themselves in that game if they take care of business and get a little bit of help. So
yeah.
good for Fritz and the boys down
heck
in
yeah,
Cougar Town.
for sure. Well, let's roll on over to start Vegas, where Will touched on it a little while ago, but Mississippi State had every single right to win that game, and then they decided that they didn't want to. So Texas came back from 17 down with 9 minutes left, tied the game, and then ended up winning in overtime. So it's just the biggest shock for me was the fact that that defense gave up 38 points in that game. Like that was the biggest surprise for me. And like my uncle was actually at that game, and because my aunt graduated from Mississippi State, and he said that the crowd wasn't even sold out. Like it wasn't even a full stadium. Like he said, if it wasn't for the artificial noise, he said the stadium actually wouldn't have been that loud. But he said, and so it's kind of crazy to me that number one, like Mississippi State wouldn't get more hyped. I know Texas hasn't been playing great this year, but I mean, like I feel like for the program, it'd still be good to beat a program like that. But but yeah,
The
Texas
sticker on the
found a way to
helmet
win the
still
game.
matters.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So I was actually surprised that like they didn't try to pack the house, and I'm sure they would have rushed the field regardless, but never got the chance.
Mm-mm.
That's
Shapen,
unbelievable collapse.
yeah, Shapen looked good for most of the game too. Again, that's not a bad Texas defense at all.
No,
Um, and so Texas is one of those teams, man. It's odd because they are getting lucky, but they're doing enough at the moment, right? They're if
yeah,
their offense can't figure it out, which they typically can't, their defense comes through, and then when their defense is struggling, they figure out a way to manufacture points, whether that be
yeah,
punt return touchdowns or however they get it done. I mean, there was a ton of drops. Their offense is just sputtering, but again, they found a way to pull it out, which
yeah.
was a miracle. I mean, it is what it is. It's like,
2 weeks in a row.
yeah,
2 weeks in a row where you got dominated and somehow walked out of a road SEC game with the win.
yeah. But like Brian said earlier, like Niblet has been the game changer for that team in the punt return game 3 straight weeks. The OU game, the Kentucky game, and now against Mississippi State. Um, yeah, you just don't kick the ball to that guy.
No,
Corner it into the sideline. Like
yeah,
you'd be better off doing that.
yeah. Punted about 40 yards out of bounds. Like,
Yeah,
but
it's
I
wild.
will say though that Arch finally had himself a game. I mean, the team only had 72 yards rushing, and then Arch threw for 350, which I mean, I'm sure is by far his career game. I don't think he threw for that against UTEP or anybody last year. But so he finally showed up. One thing I haven't heard either is what his status is. I mean, their
The
backup threw the
concussion.
game winning touchdown in overtime. So I kind of wonder, what the status on him is. But
I'd be shocked if he plays after
I,
getting a concussion.
yeah,
I'd be very shocked.
but the thing too, Mississippi State's defense, like they're pretty good. Their defensive line isn't what they're going to see against Vandy, and definitely not what they're going to see against Texas A&M. Like
mhm,
Arch, towards the end of that game, Arch had a little bit of time, not a lot, but he had more than I think he's going to get against some of these other teams. And they still got Georgia as well. They got to go to Georgia.
yep,
Um, I mean,
Texas could end up 8-4, and they could have legitimately been 5-7, 6-6.
and that's what I was
yeah,
gonna say. Like this game for Texas was almost a. It wasn't a must win, but it's like one of those
it was though.
saving face for the program win. Because if they lose this game, I don't know if they win another game the rest of the season.
No, maybe Arkansas, but that would be about it.
Maybe Arkansas.
Yeah,
Arkansas is gonna.
Arkansas can score points.
Yeah, I was just gonna
yeah,
say if it comes down to be a shootout. I think I'm taking Arkansas in that game because I don't think
me
Texas can
too.
keep up offensively.
Also, crazy timing with the whole Sark stuff coming out yesterday morning.
Agreed.
Yes.
I mean, I know he comes out and said it's all, categorically false. So that's no, something has been said for that to get leaked by multiple
Yeah,
sources.
agreed.
And for all that to drop at 10 something in the morning on a game day when your team's not playing very good makes it more interesting to me. Like your team had some questions. So is this, let me throw my name out there while the getting could be good because you're stuck with Arch for another year. And
Which
it's been,
which we had a little bit of a debate about that. Like, why some people who were Texas fans like, why would he leave for an NFL job? Like, it's not like he's going to get a better job in the NFL. Like, I think because they were rumors with the Titans was the rumor, and
Mhm.
I think any NFL job is probably better than a college job. In college, you're 24/7, 365. You're recruiting. You're trying to keep the same players that you've already recruited on your roster. It doesn't stop. And so
Yeah.
if you're in the NFL, you at least get an off season. In college, you don't. And so,
And like you're not having to make all those decisions almost by yourself in the NFL. You have a GM that
yeah.
does other things that, yeah, they have guys in college. Don't get me wrong, it's not all on the head coach, but
But player
it is a lot.
personnel.
correct, but it's a lot more taxing, and you can go make similar money in the NFL. Maybe not
Absolutely.
as much, but you can get dang close.
It's like the again. This might rub people the wrong way. Sorry if it does. It's like a teacher. Like teachers don't make good money, but they also only work 2/3 of the year. You know what I mean? And so same thing in the NFL. Like maybe you make 5 million instead of 8 million, but you're also not going to be working the entire year like you are, where you're going to put in these long nights every single day, day in, day out. So
Right.
at the end of the day, the salaries are comparable because you have some work life balance, and
But it's also the perfect time for him too, because like we've seen it time after time. College coaches can go to the NFL. If it works, great. If it flops, there's going to be a college that's going to suck you right back up, and
yeah,
probably a
oh,
good school and give you a good job again. So like the risk here isn't that great for him, in my opinion. Like
Nick
No.
if it
Saban.
flops, Saban. I mean, Matt Rule got sucked right back up whenever Carolina was an abject failure. Chip Kelly got the job at UCLA,
Bill
and he's been
Belichick.
trying to get. Yeah, I mean anybody. But I mean these guys that make the leap to the NFL. It's funny how they all keep hiring them because most time they do not work out,
Yeah.
but they will keep doing. I mean, Cliff
Pete
Kingsbury
Carroll.
got an NFL job, guys.
Yeah.
He was never a good college coach,
Yeah.
and he got
Yeah,
an
it's
NFL job. So like
rough.
these guys make these jumps, and teams will immediately just hire him right back. So if that's something that he aspires to do as a person, there's
Now
almost zero risk, in my opinion, because he will always have a job to fall back to. Maybe it won't be as high profile as Texas right away, but if he comes back, it'll be a good job. And if he does good there, he'll get a higher job again. It'll be fine.
and,
So
and and like you said, now's probably the time to do it where your stock is at one of its all time highs, because it could be going the other way when you were at USC and not looking too hot, and then that job offer is not going to be on the table anymore. So
And I mean, really,
yeah,
like if it is Tennessee that he's interested, I mean, like Tennessee's not a good football team right now, but they've got a few pieces right now where they could develop over the next few years into a competitive team. So I mean, it's not like he would just be going into like a Brown situation where it's just nonstop nightmare.
or
Um,
New Orleans.
or New Orleans. But I mean, like if Cam Moore can figure it out, I mean, they got a good running back core. I mean, they've got like decent receivings, like receivers. You put some pieces together, I mean, they can be relevant in the next couple of years. Not saying they would be like a top, contender, but they'll at least be competitive. But
Yeah,
it's like you
if you
said, I
play in
mean,
the
like
if you play in the AFC South, you always got a chance.
yeah, that is true.
I was gonna say that exact
Yeah.
same thing.
Because I mean, I know for me, like you said, going back to the you're recruiting, like you're not recruiting new players, but you're having to recruit your own players every single year. Like that
Yeah,
would be the worst part about it. It's like you're trying to keep your own guys, whereas at least in the NFL, like you got guys under contract, and it's a few here, a few there that you're trying to hold on to. So
and again, the GM does most of that. Like
yeah,
an NFL coach isn't gonna be like, "Hey Patrick, we need you to stay here in Kansas City another year." Like, and you're not gonna be texting him 24/7 to make sure he's still on board. All this stuff, like he's tied up in a contract. Like, and
no,
the GMs are the ones who negotiate and do all that stuff to get those players to stay. So it's not like you're having to text or call these 18-year-old kids, making sure their mind is still where it needs to be with your program. So I mean, yeah, just way less stress in the NFL for sure.
for sure, absolutely. Well, let's get into the last game of the night. We had Texas A&M going to Louisiana State University.
Yep.
Um, Very competitive first half. Um, LSU went into the half up 18-14, and then all of a sudden everything changed, and it turned into a rout on A&M's side. So I mean, I know LSU hadn't been playing great, but that was the first time since 1994 Texas A&M's won at Death Valley, so a big
Mm-hmm.
win for them. And then obviously, like we talked about earlier, the consequence of losing that game by like that is Brian Kelly's no longer there, so LSU's going a new direction. A&M's still undefeated, so just very much in opposite directions right now, LSU and A&M. So, but
Yeah.
Yeah, big win for Aggie though.
I Lucas, you can definitely speak to it because you follow him more, but I don't know when I've seen a team make LSU quit at home like that.
Uh, man,
It,
I
it's been
I
a while. I'm sure you have
I don't
seen it,
I
but
don't think it has. Man, it was either because they were just that bad, but the team quit on Coach O towards the end of that, and
Yeah.
same
yeah,
thing,
that's true.
and
That's true.
that loss, the loss against Auburn when Les Miles finally got fired in Death Valley, it was the same kind of thing. Like
Okay.
you could just tell like the last two head.
The culture is just gone at this point. Like there's
Oh yeah,
nobody's in it anymore. Because like
for sure.
I just you don't see a Death Valley crowd leave. You don't see the team just give up, and like
But
that's just what happened.
no, see, I disagree because, man, I'm not gonna lie to you. Like listening to the broadcast or listening to the crowd noise, I'm pretty sure 50% of that stadium was Aggie fans because LSU fans sold their tickets because they didn't want to be there. Um,
That's probably true.
that was one of the surprising things I noticed was
Yes.
LSU fans are so checked out that they're not even going to the games and they're selling their tickets to on the open market, and Aggies are flocking from Texas to go watch this football game. There were a lot of A&M fans in that stadium. And
Yeah,
you
it
could
was
tell in the crowd
crazy.
noise. Like LSU was on offense and it was loud in there. Like that never happens.
They
And I
called timeout on the second drive.
yeah, exactly. And so again, I think that speaks more volumes than anything is not just the players being checked out, but the entire fan base at that point was checked out. Um, alluded to it earlier. The student section is chanting "Fire Kelly" in the first half, and you're winning. Like that
Yeah,
shows
but
all
like
it is. Like
you
and former players as well. Like you should see social media. Like Malik Neighbors just literally like on Instagram when the news went out, he posted a story of a dude just kicking rocks. So pretty much telling Brian Kelly to kick the can down the road, dude. And he played under him for most of his career, you know, and so there was some disconnect from Brian Kelly to these kids, which again you were still getting them there, but I think that's more on brand alone because
Yeah.
a lot of these Louisiana kids want to play for LSU their whole life, you know, and so they weren't going there for Brian Kelly; they were going there to play for the logo on their helmet, and so it, it's been said multiple times that it wasn't a culture fit and with some of the obviously it's not a culture fit, but at LSU, if you win, that doesn't matter. The culture thing doesn't matter, dude. Nick Saban's from West
Nick
Virginia.
Saban was not a cult. Les Miles is not.
Yeah, Les Miles.
The only
They
reason this
won
word's even coming up, the only reason the culture fit thing is coming up is because the last guy that was your coach was the most Louisiana person of all time.
for sure, absolutely. And winning, it doesn't matter if it's a culture fit or not. If you're winning, and it's Brian Kelly's fault because some of the decisions he's made with his coordinators and again strength and conditioning coach and
Joe
all this
Sloan is a joke.
dude it's yes dude and I think that's what boiled over at the whole thing. I don't know if y'all saw the clip where Brian Kelly's yelling in the mic at Joe Sloan for throwing a swing pass on third down when we have no timeouts.
Timeouts.
Yeah, it's things like that. He's just inept, but it was his idea to promote him to offensive coordinator, which
Yeah,
again ends up being his
he got rid of the
downfall.
other guy, and now he's at Notre Dame,
Yeah,
and Notre Dame's offense pretty good.
yeah, and again, but the reason he left supposedly is because Brian Kelly wanted to promote Joe Sloan to
Joe
co-offensive
Sloan,
coordinator,
yeah. Right
and
after y'all just had a Heisman Trophy winning quarterback.
exactly the offense was clicking on all cylinders, unbelievable offense, and then Denbrock I guess was like I'm not dealing with this, I'm out.
That's the name.
Yeah, it's Mike Denbrock.
Denbrock. I mean, and the big one we talked about it before, but I mean, I'm grateful for it because we have a tough ass football team. But getting rid of Tommy Moffitt has taken so much out of the toughness of these teams.
What I was gonna say earlier, and to allude to now, um, obviously LSU was up at half, which is all good and dandy, but I knew that wasn't gonna last, and it was.
That was more A&M shooting themselves in the foot than it was y'all really beating us to a certain extent.
I mean, yes and no. I'm gonna get to the second half in a second with Joe Sloan being an idiot, but what I was going to say is the first drive LSU had, number 9 is literally like jawing with the tackle after he just absolutely destroys him. Like you could tell the swagger that that defensive end had. That was going to
Cassius
be
Howe.
that was going to be there all game. Like you could tell he was in there in a fist fight. He was going there for a fist fight. He wasn't going there to just kind of lollygag around and hopefully get a sack here or there. He was going there to destroy LSU, and LSU just tucked their tail between their legs because they're a soft football team, and that's a statement on Brian Kelly. And I don't know, Marcel Reed in the post game interview, like there was some animosity with Tommy Moffitt too. With they put Brian Kelly's picture on tackling dummies and stuff. Like Tommy Moffitt wanted to go in there and
He
make a
wanted this
statement.
game
Yeah,
bad,
and
bad.
you can tell that was passed down to the players just based off of their actions in that football game, um, and how they were acting. Again, blowing up Carius Curran on the left side, and then going to a fist fight, dude. He was there ready to rock, dude. Um, but back to kind of what I was talking about with Joe Sloan in the first half. Harlem Berry, who's a true freshman, was averaging 7 yards a carry. Guess how many touches he
Gashing
got?
us.
Guess how many touches he had in the second half?
I'll say 0.
One.
1.
One touch in the entire second half. 7 yards a carry. Y'all could not guard Trades Green. Trades Green was literally just posting up on you. Where was that the rest of the game? It's just ineptitude. I
It is,
don't
but it's also the
understand it.
offensive line couldn't give Nussmeier enough time.
But he had enough time to make the throws on the scoring drive with Trades. He, and
Early in
again,
the game,
and,
early in
and,
the game though, but as the game goes on, that defensive line's wearing on offensive line. Our
he,
offensive line weared on the defensive line.
for sure. But you know what stops a pass rush?
Good running.
Running the football. And guess what they didn't do? They completely stopped giving it to Harlem Berry.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you want Nussmeier to have more time? Run the football. That's
Yep.
what it is. But you decided not to do that. And then Brian Kelly in the post game conference was saying, yeah, the game flow changed whenever Texas A&M took the lead. It was a one score game. What are you
Yeah.
talking about? You're still in the game. Like you don't just start slinging the ball around the field. Like what are you talking about, man? Like yeah, it's wild. But um, yeah, the second half was brutal. That punt return touchdown was literally the straw.
Dagger.
As soon as that went, I was like, this is out of hand. Like this is you're not coming back from this. Um, but again, the offensive line is god awful still
Bad.
for sure,
Bad.
um, which is crazy because their upside is really good. Like they're 5 stars. There are a lot of young guys that Carius Curran, who is going up against Cassius Howe or whatever. He's a true freshman. Like he's literally a true freshman.
Y'all also had injuries on the offensive line on top of that,
Yeah, but
which doesn't help.
yeah, I mean injuries are everywhere too.
Yeah.
Everybody's injured this time of the year.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean,
it's all mindset, dude. And A&M comes with a hard nosed style of football, and LSU is not ready for that.
yeah, I think I'm gonna let myself do it, boys. I think I'm finally gonna buy in. It's not November yet, which is crazy because we're bad in November, but I think I might finally be bought in on this team, man. They're tough. They play tough. They win games multiple ways. Um, it's fun to watch. I haven't been that proud of a football performance in a long time. I thought we'd beat LSU. I was still surprised we, you know, thoroughly dominated in the second half, but
Are you bought in like national championship bought in?
no, because this is still my old bias. Like we haven't got there yet, but if we don't make the playoff, I'd be shocked. And I think
No.
we have a legitimate chance to win the SEC, and I think we can make a Final Four. Um, and that this is less about me saying that not believing in my team, that I just think Ohio State's very good. So I think it'd be tough for anybody to knock them off of being national champion this year, but. Uh, it's a very good football team, man. The defense still concerns me at times because, like you said, you're letting the running game get going, but the pass rush is very good, And if the offense keeps scoring like this, then we're probably going to be fine.
I again, you mentioned it a while ago too. What kept LSU in the game in the first half. Marcel Reed, for some reason, has a pick in the end zone in him. I feel like he's done that multiple times this year. Um, and again, he's just got to take that out of his game.
His
And
I after right before he threw that pick, I was just standing talking to somebody as we're watching it that overall his decision making's better, but he still has those questionable plays. And I'm not kidding, it was like 2 plays later he throws that pick,
yeah,
and we were like,
Mhm.
what is going on? And that wasn't the only one. I mean, there should have been another pick on one of the worst drives that's ever happened in college football when we had the miscommunication at center, that we have the snap that
yeah,
Marcel's not ready for. Then Marcel throws a pick that
he
gets
dropped.
dropped,
Yep.
and then we have the punt, the punt blocked for a safety. One of the absolute worst drives in the history of college football. But uh,
You
yeah,
haven't
he
watched
still
enough
has.
LSU football.
uh, so yeah, he still has those. But what I like is that he's more decisive in the pocket. He's getting the ball out when he needs to, and then when he needs to use his legs, he's starting to trust his legs more. Which early season this year, for some reason, he wasn't doing it, but he did it. He did it against Arkansas, and he did it against LSU last night. I like that. Um, what we have weapons. I know we're not having to throw the football because our running game and our offensive line is good enough, but Concepcion and Craver are amazing. Terry Bussey's still a super athletic guy on the outside, and Ashton Bethel Roman's coming into form. He had that one-handed
I
catch,
was just gonna say
but he also
that
had a
was
very good game. He had a very good game against Arkansas. I mean, when you're talking about four wide at the wide receiver position, two very good tight ends as well, and then we're five deep in the running back room. Moss is hurt. Owens goes out. We still have three other guys that would be a number two guy on most SEC teams. So, you know, um, yeah, I don't know. I think I'm finally allowing myself to get hurt soon, but
also. You want to touch on the third down conversions too. There was a stat going on. LSU averaged 12 yards per third down. That was what their average to go was, 12 yards. Turns
yeah,
out,
Rough.
turns out, your third down defense is going to be pretty good when you're doing that.
yeah. I
But
mean, I
but
think
that is on A&M too. Like A&M gets first and second down sacks to put them in those situations.
yeah. I mean, LSU was three for 14, I believe, against Auburn and Mississippi State. We gave up two for 20 something. So
Yeah,
I think we do have one of the best third down defenses in the country. But to your point you just made, that's more of a testament to what you did on first and second down. And
agreed.
you're not really getting stops on third and two.
No,
You're getting
exactly.
stops on third and seven and further because of what you
Absolutely.
did early on.
Yeah.
So the third down stat gets propped up, but
It's
again,
because of
that's
first
more
and second. Yes.
correct.
I
Correct.
agree. I agree.
Uh,
But yeah, uh, new era coming. We'll see what happens with this coaching carousel. It's
I
going
mean,
to
For
be
I
sure.
wild.
would. We have some time. Y'all want to start touching on that because LSU just became the number one job available, right? It's going to be cinema, Lucas. It is going to be cinema, and I think the thing I'm starting to see, or my opinion at least, there's going to be so many jobs open, and there's not enough big name guys available, and
Absolutely.
the ripple effect is going to be crazy, and then you're going to have guys that are going to get over their skis and get a job they're probably not ready for,
Oh yeah.
and that's going to have a ripple effect in 2 or 3 years. But you're just going to have team guys getting poached, and then other guys having to, or other teams having to hire. It's going to be fascinating, because LSU is the premier job. You can argue Florida, Penn State. I'd still take Florida over Penn State, just mostly because of recruiting. Like you have the whole state of Florida, but honestly, who's the number one name out there right now?
I mean,
I think I know.
I mean, Lane Kiffin is probably
Lane,
that name.
Lane's got to
Yeah.
be your number one call, but supposedly he's already told Florida his asking price is 13 million. And smart on Lane because it is going to be a very intense coaching carousel. So why not throw the number high? Because if
Oh, for
teams want the
sure.
number one option, you got to put it out there. But
The one
I mean,
the
yeah, I think Florida's got to be. I mean, sorry, I think Lane's got to be LSU's first call. But
but the issue with Lane Kiffin and LSU and Florida, Lane has a lot of animosity for both of those two schools because whenever they were hiring their last coaches, Brian Kelly and Billy Napier, he didn't even get an interview at either one of those schools, and he was pretty pissed off about it. So, I mean, I feel like that could also be why his asking price is also so high, and he's going to give LSU the same number. Um, but again, like you said, if he leaves though, now Ole Miss is open, so Ole Miss is going to go poaching, and so it's about to get crazy.
I
Um,
mean, but like who of the younger, like, we always say the next guy up, but who's really out there that teams are going to be willing to just go get, and you have to fully believe they're going to improve your football team.
I mean, do you
I
think like a
mean,
Clark Lee out of Vanderbilt, like potentially that kind of guy? Signetti is going to get
He
phone
I,
calls. I mean,
Cignetti's not leaving Indiana because he's already going to have a statue out there.
dude,
Uh, Clark Lee's a
I
Vanderbilt guy,
yes,
but
dude. If LSU calls Signetti, he's going to think about it. I'm sorry, dude.
he would think about LSU over Penn State.
Yes,
I think he
I
would take the
agree with
LSU
that.
job.
But what is his new buyout after just signing that new contract?
It
I
hasn't
don't think it's
started yet,
crazy.
so it's probably. But is if the contract hadn't officially started though? There's probably a clause where if he takes another job, it probably voids it or something.
Well, on almost all these buyouts, like you have the buyout if he gets fired or the buyout to leave, and they're not
Right.
the same numbers.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, yeah.
Uh, but it's oh man, it's so fascinating. And now Brian Kelly's available. So like,
Yeah.
yeah, he's not getting Penn State, Florida. He's not getting those jobs. But like, is a team like Oklahoma State or what Virginia Tech, like,
Or
are they
Wisconsin.
gonna make? Yeah,
Signetti,
like you're gonna
Signetti's buyout's $15 million.
for a school to get him out.
Yes.
See that's significant though because like
You're
when
paying
A&M came
57
open,
mil and then 15 to get him. Like that's a lot.
No, but this is one caveat I will say about Brian Kelly's contract. I'm pretty sure the way the contract is written is whatever his buyout is, it's going to be paid out in monthly installments until the end of his contract. So LSU would be paying whatever that number is every month until 2031. So it's not like you're taking a huge hit right away where you have to fundraise $56 million today. You have to fundraise that over the course of another 7 years, 6 years, whatever it is. So it's not like LSU's taking this $56 million hit right now. And so that gives you some wiggle room to do these things like hire if you want to go get Signetti, pay 15 million, and then start his contract, whatever you want to do, which is good. And there's rumblings that Kelly and everybody that they had some negotiations with his contract. I don't know what it's going to come out to be. I'm sure it'll get released at some point, um, but we'll see what happens with that. I think Brian Kelly would be a pretty good fit at Penn State, to be honest. Like he's kind of that. I feel like he'd be a good Big Ten coach. He just seems like that's more of his personality, but I don't know.
Where does Marcus Freeman stand in all this?
He's not leaving Notre Dame.
You don't think so?
No,
Brian Kelly
Uh,
wasn't leaving Notre Dame either.
no. So Brian Kelly left Notre Dame because they weren't putting in resources and they had the admission standards that they had. As soon as Brian Kelly left, Notre Dame said, "Screw that." They were so shunned by him leaving that they decided they're going to start pumping resources into the program so this doesn't happen again. And so that's where Notre Dame took a turn to be able to get a wider net to get players to go to their school. Um, I don't think Marcus Freeman wants to leave. To be honest, I feel like he has a good gig at Notre Dame, and
See,
it's one of the premier schools to coach at in the country.
that's going to be the fascinating part of this is because these big schools are going to push for one of these names, and if nobody jumps ship, they got to hire somebody.
Yeah,
So you're going to hire these lower level coaches and hope it works out. It's Gonna be crazy. Also, a lot of sitting head coaches are about to get paid
Yes,
because whenever all their agents should be letting their current situations know that they're getting calls to force all of them to get contract extensions.
especially with how many big universities are open right now.
We're gonna have to pay Mike.
Yeah.
He's only
Yes.
making 7 mil.
Oh,
He's gonna
absolutely.
jump up to at he's gonna at least get over up to 10 to keep him.
Oh, for sure.
I know we're in that situation, but he's not gonna be the only one.
No.
Freeman's gonna be on that list. Signetti already got his.
Yeah.
Lane at Ole Miss gonna have to pay, or he's got two options. He's probably got any option he wants, honestly, if we're being,
Yeah.
completely
Yeah.
honest. But they're gonna have to pony up. I mean, all these schools are gonna have to pay their guys, whether they actually are thinking about leaving or not. But it'd be malpractice to not
Yeah.
make it known you're thinking about it. So, yeah, it's gonna be, God, it's gonna be so fascinating.
Yeah. This is a for the off season that we had this summer with literally no coaches moving in the SEC to what's going on now is
Yeah.
night and day.
Because what? Well, they're probably the last. Kentucky might still come open. That might happen before the domino effect. Because
I mean,
again, with
South Carolina.
South Carolina, I don't. Beamer's not getting fired, but Beamer
No,
might leave,
that's what I
so
I think he'll
mean.
take
it
that
might come
Virginia Tech
open.
spot.
Yeah, I'm thinking Kentucky might come open because Stoops might just get fired.
I mean, Florida State's AD came out and said they're not firing Norvell
The
this
rest of
like
the
during the
year.
season, but
Yeah.
he's gone at the end of the year.
Oh, for
Wisconsin
sure.
did the
Yeah.
same thing, but like Fickle has been
Yeah.
awful.
Wisconsin's been a nightmare.
Talk about not fitting at a program. That's Fickle's just yeah.
They literally celebrated Saturday because they scored 7 points.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there's gonna be name. It's gonna be awesome. Uh,
Yeah.
yeah,
And that's the thing. Like, imagine, Sark does end up taking a job. I mean, that opens up the Texas job too. Like, that's
Yeah.
another big
I
time program
was
that needs a head coach. Like,
yeah.
and like you said, there's only so many
And if
big
that one
names out there. I mean,
there is, dude. There,
uh,
it's like congratulations to Dan Mullen. You will be a Power Four coach next year
yeah.
just by name recognition alone. Like there's too many openings. Like there's not a world where Dan Mullen runs it back at UNLV.
yeah.
No.
Like there's too many jobs.
Hugh Freeze. We didn't
So
mention Hugh Freeze. That one will be open next year. I mean,
Auburn's coming
yeah,
open. Yeah, that
yeah,
I know they won Saturday, but you want to talk about another program where like the whole culture is just off. Yeah, G- the only reason Auburn doesn't hire him is because they realize the situation that we're in with the coaching problem. And if they don't think they're a new coach away from competing next year, you go into next year and then you fire him
yeah.
whenever they're 5-4 again next year or whatever. So, but no, you're very right, Brian. I forgot about Auburn. Auburn should definitely come open.
But if Texas comes open, I mean that jumps to number one for sure.
Just because of the
Yeah.
resources.
Absolutely.
I I think I don't now that LSU's open. Obviously, Ohio State's not coming open. I don't know of another, and Alabama's not coming up. I don't know of another job that was going to supplant LSU as being the number one opening on the market this year. I really don't.
Dude, if Texas comes open, I feel like Texas has more resources than LSU. Um, like their roster this year's 30 million, LSU's is 18, and LSU like
Yeah,
emptied the bank to build this roster. Texas is just like, yeah, it's another year.
Well, then that'd be the only one
Yeah.
that could do it too. Then because uh, LSU is one of the premier names, which is why someone like a Brian Kelly, who was very comfortable at Notre Dame, jumped ship because like the LSU job doesn't come open every day.
Yeah, but he also jumped ship because he wanted to win a national championship.
Yeah, I
Like,
agree with all that, but like I'm saying, like LSU is the only job on this carousel that I think. Well, maybe Florida. Like, you're not going to see those big name guys really even take the call for
yeah.
unless there's jobs like this open.
I mean, I know the John Gruden's name's being thrown around too. I again, I don't think I want to go down that road
Yeah, but
personally.
a small like a school like an Arkansas who just needs something to believe in
Yes,
would throw it at him.
absolutely.
You know.
I'm talking about for me as an LSU fan. I
Oh
don't
no,
want that,
absolutely.
but
I'm telling you
that's
right
being
now.
tossed around for sure.
I'm telling you right now. It's Lane Kiffin. That's A, B, C, and D, and you don't want to have to get to any other letter.
Yeah.
I don't know who you go for as number two, to be honest, right now. I
I,
really don't.
I mean, Signetti is kind of on the radar from the rumblings, and then Summerall or whatever his name is at Tulane. But that's again, that's like a Billy Napier
It's
situation.
exactly what
Yeah,
that is.
that's you just
You
hope
know
it
what I mean?
pans
Like
out.
for sure.
Mm.
And then there's rumors of James Franklin. If LSU hires James Franklin, I'm literally I'm literally done. Um, so
There's not a no.
like
No. I,
these are just names being thrown
no.
out, and man,
But again, that's a testament to that there's not enough qualified guys for the
Mm.
magnitude of jobs available.
agreed. Yeah.
I wonder if Gus Malzahn finds his way back into the SEC somehow.
Ugh.
Kentucky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, nobody else. You are probably right, Brian. You said it earlier, and I kind of glossed over and said he's a Vanderbilt guy, but Clark Lee's got to be getting some phone calls. Like, this
I
is
think he
impressive what
absolutely
he's doing.
does. Yeah.
Yeah. He gets phone calls, but I don't know if he's leaving.
But he
I
might have to, Lucas, because once Diego's gone, like, are they really going to be able to sustain this?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
dude, I think I don't think they will. But I think he goes down with the ship. I think that's
Yeah.
his place, man. Like
Brent Key,
Brent Key is an
he's
interesting one
probably
for sure.
he's probably getting some phone calls.
Absolutely, absolutely getting phone calls.
And he's got the hard nosed, defense, tough guy mentality that at least the old SEC would have loved.
Yeah,
Not so much the new way of SEC football is played, but
yeah, it'll be interesting, man.
Yeah, especially once it
I don't
keeps
know.
opening up and these jobs keep coming open, and then
yeah,
you'll just start
the
getting
the
rumblings, more
domino
and more
effect,
names. Yeah,
domino effect will be wild. But
because I'm sure there's
I
names
know
out there that we're not even thinking of, but
we touched on it last week. Is Dion getting call? He's getting calls.
he's getting calls
Dion's
for
getting
sure.
calls. He's getting calls, and I'm not saying he's getting calls from like LSU, but he's getting calls from Arkansas. He's getting calls from freaking Virginia
Auburn,
Tech, Auburn. He's going to be getting a call from Auburn, 100%.
it's at least
didn't
a
he interview for the
conversation.
Auburn job the first time?
I think he
Yeah,
did. Yes, and they're going to
and they
interview him
took
again.
Hugh Freeze instead. Yeah.
Like he's going to get calls for sure.
Now, should he get
Shoot,
calls? That's a different conversation. But
if he ends up at LSU, man, that would be a wild time. Like just the fact like LSU's already like I don't know. The fan base is pretty much always drunk. Like Dion's a little crazy.
it'd be high level
That
TV for sure.
honestly, that might be the best fit of all. To be honest, Dion and LSU, like, I mean, you have freaking Justin Jefferson and Jamar Chase gritting in the end zone in 2019. Like, that's something Dion would like. Dion did his dances and shit. Like
Hmm.
I don't know, man.
It's also Lane.
Would I be happy about it? I mean, I don't know. I bet you he gets recruits down to Baton Rouge just like they've been doing. I don't think recruiting drops off a bit if Dion goes to LSU. And honestly, maybe it is Lane, dude. Maybe this was all. Maybe Landry was the catalyst to all this.
Yeah, there is that angle.
Like maybe
Yeah.
Lane Kiffin had Landry get with Witt, get him hurt, make him lose. and now we're here. It could be.
Investigate.
Landry Kiffin could be the catalyst to Lane Kiffin to LSU. Bookmark this and tell me I'm wrong.
Industry plant, man. Just an industry plant.
Dude, l- yeah. Uh, Let me know what you think in the comments on TikTok on that one.
It's an interesting conspiracy.
Dude, that might be it.
I will be very shocked if Lane Kiffin is not the next head coach of either the LSU Tigers or the Florida Gators.
Yeah.
I'll
Oh,
be very
agreed.
shocked.
I mean,
100%.
Very
and,
shocked.
and talking about fit, I think Lane would fit at LSU with his like. I mean, he's a big social media presence. Like he's
He's
very
way more
candid,
engaging. Like
engaging,
Brian did not
candid.
engage with your fans at all.
No, he did
Lane
not.
would.
No, he did not.
Lane will.
Yeah, and I think LSU fans need that. And Dion would do the same. Dion would engage
Agree. Agree. I
absolutely.
agree with that 100%.
And I think whenever they're talking about culture fit at LSU, like I think that's a big part of it. Um, I think a lot of LSU fans also were pissed off um, after the press conference where he called everybody spoiled.
And
Mm.
he also
Um,
used terms he used terms like they and them, and he never said we.
yeah,
Like he would refer to the fans as it wasn't like us, we. It was
yeah,
never like he was bought in
for
and
sure.
included himself with everybody. So
Yeah, and I think if you talk about culture fit, I think Dion and Kiffin are kind of the top two for culture fit at LSU. I think Dion would actually fit in at LSU. Uh, Again, X's and O's, that doesn't really matter if you got good coordinators, man. So if people want to talk about Dion not being good at X's and O's, doesn't really matter if you have the right hires and you get your team playing well. I mean, that's you're just kind of the manager of everything. So yeah, we'll see.
For
We'll see.
sure. Well, let's dive into some games.
Let's do it.
We need to update the standings. We'll have updated standings by next week. We'll work on that. So well, let's get rolling. So we got our first game. We got a ACC matchup. We got a Virginia traveling across country to California. Virginia is currently a 3.5 point favorite. So Lucas, what you think?
I'm going Cal. I think Virginia's luck has run out. They've snuck by the past few weeks. They're going to go across country. I know Cal just lost to Virginia Tech. That was also across country. Give me the Bears at home to beat the Cavs.
The Cavs. Yep. Well,
man, I want to do that as well because I do think the travel here is a big deal, and Virginia is playing with house money. Did y'all see the highlights of the just amount of egregious drops that the California receivers had?
No.
mm,
Like JKS was putting the balls in the bread basket, and they just didn't want to catch it.
Mm,
Like consistently, just could not catch a football. If they make three of the seven drops, they probably win the football game. So I, I think I'm gonna roll with Virginia anyway, just because they just I don't like what I've seen outside of Cal's quarterback.
yeah.
So even though the travel was a big deal to me, and it's the only reason I considered Cal, but. Give me the Cavaliers. Make it one more week. Skim by.
yeah, one more week. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna take Virginia as well. I mean, I think they're just a better team. I mean, I definitely think it's going to play into effect having to travel like that. It's a 2:45 kickoff. So I mean, if it was an evening
Don't
game,
do it.
I mean, I think that would benefit Virginia more. But I don't know, that's a long trip, man. So I'm not going to try to convert what 2:45
I
in
was
coastal time is to our time
I was just gonna
because
say,
yeah, don't need more comments. But
yeah.
I think that
Don't do
Virginia
the
will
math.
overcome that. Probably be another close one, and so I'll take Virginia to take that one. So
What'd you say the line was?
three and a
Three and a
half.
half.
Virginia's 3.5 point favorites. Oh,
Yeah.
Yes.
give me the points for sure. Give me counting the
Yeah.
points.
That'll be for later. All right, let's
Yeah.
go. Big 12 matchups. We got a couple of them going here. We got Cincinnati going to Utah. Utah is a 7.5 point favorite at home right now. So. another uh, long trip for Cincinnati. So not cross country, but it's a pretty long trip. So, Will, what you think?
I'm torn with this one, boys. I would absolutely take Cincinnati in the points at 7.5. That's a lot of credit to Utah for, I think it's a lot of instant reaction to what they just did to a not very good Colorado team. But Utah's also looked inconsistent at times, and Cincy has looked very good. They seem to be getting better. That's a tough task, but I think give me Cincy. Give me Cincy. I still like Utah a lot, but give me Cincy. I like what I've seen more from them.
I like it. Lucas?
Yeah, that's a stinky line, dude. Um, Utah, obviously, they have two losses now. With their loss to Tech and now BYU. Was it last weekend? Dude,
Hmm.
if they can convert in the red zone against BYU, like they win that game pretty easily. They just kept turning the ball over in bad situations. Um, Utah was my dark horse. Actually, were they my winner? I don't remember. They were your dark horse. Yeah, give me Utah at home. I think Cincinnati is a good team, um, but going on the road, Utah's a tough place to play. Their offensive line, as we've mentioned multiple times, um, they were in the game against Tech as well. That just was a fourth quarter meltdown. So, yeah, give me Utah at home to win this one. College game day's going there.
Game day's
Yeah,
going.
Yeah, which
that's
is
what
kind of
man. Like
wild, but
I'm just torn right now where I want to go. I think
that's a tough
Utah
one.
being at home and having the environment, I think is a big thing. Um, Devin Dampier is not fully healthy, which I know their backup looked good, but like Will said, I mean, playing against a bad Colorado team, I mean, you kind of take it with a grain of salt. So you just don't. I know that Dampier was probably could have played. I guess if they felt like he needed to play, but but I just don't know what his health
He
status is
didn't
like.
need
So
to.
if he's struggling, yeah, no. So, but I mean, if he's hampered at all, I think that hurts them. So I mean, I'm gonna take Cincinnati on the road to get a big win and boost their goal towards that Big 12 title game. So this is big time implications. I mean, they're
Sorsby has
go ahead.
Sorsby has 20 touchdowns, one pick. Been
Dang,
very efficient with the football,
it's crazy.
Prop bet
which
he's
he'll need
getting
to keep
picked
that
off
up.
at least once in this game.
Yeah, probably so because I just made the comment.
You're
Put in the
exactly right.
underdog.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's stay in the Big 12. Let's go Arizona State traveling to Iowa State. Iowa State is a 3.5 point favorite currently. So, Lucas, go ahead.
Man, I'm over Iowa State, dude. I'm over Iowa State. Yeah, they pissed down their leg against BYU this past weekend. I, give me Arizona State. I think Arizona State bounces back after the loss. That's
For
it.
sure.
Give me Arizona State.
All
I'm
right.
over Iowa State. They can go kick the can down the road.
Yeah. Well,
Oh boy, I don't know. Both these teams have been very disappointing. There's been some injuries back and forth. Iowa State has lost three in a row, and that might be another name we didn't mention a while ago. Matt Campbell's been very loyal and has stayed at Iowa State. Maybe this is a time after this a disappointing season where he's like, all right, maybe a change of scenery is better for both sides here. So keep that little nugget for later on. But give me give me Iowa State to bounce back. Give me Iowa State to bounce back. Matt Campbell's a very good coach. Four in a row would be very crazy to me. So I agree with you, Lucas. I'm over them too. They had BYU and just let them stop them in the second half. But uh, I'll take the Cyclones at home. I can't see Matt Campbell losing four in a row.
I'll see them losing 4 in a row. I'll take Arizona State. So, Arizona State's still very much they're not completely out of the Big 12 race. I mean, they got two losses I mean, right now there's two undefeated teams, two one-loss teams, and then they got four two-loss teams right now in the Big 12. So it's still very much up in the air, depending on how the rest of the schedule shakes out. So if they want to stay in, I mean, they didn't play terrible against BYU. I mean, the defense couldn't stop a nosebleed. That's what ended up costing them. But I think that Arizona State's able to go over there and take care of business. So kind of on Lucas's point of just Iowa State. Like I think there's a reason that none of us picked them to be our Big 12 championship or dark horse, just because it's kind of like you're never fully sold on what they really are. So I'll take Arizona State in that one. Well, let's
Last
go.
year this happened to
Go
them
ahead.
as well.
Yeah.
With Iowa State, they're down. I think two of their starting corners, and I think three defensive backs in total, which is probably why
Oof.
their defense has been so bad. And the same thing happened to them last year. Like they were out their top DBs all year. So that's just a little caveat.
Yeah. Rough. Well, let's go to the SEC. Let's go Oklahoma traveling to Tennessee. Oklahoma continues their SEC gauntlet. Tennessee's a 3.5 point favorite. So, Will,
Yeah, I think this is where the wheels start falling off for Oklahoma. We knew that schedule was going to be very tough. They have an unbelievably nasty slate coming up, and I think everything falls back down to earth. Tennessee gets the win at home.
sounds good. Lucas,
Yeah, I'm with you, Will. I think going to Neyland is going to be tough. Um, OU's offense looks god awful. I think their defense keeps them in it for the first half, and I think Tennessee ends up running away with it.
agreed. Yeah, I think Oklahoma's slowly about to just start going downhill. It's about to get, or not slowly, they're about to go downhill in a hurry. So, I'm gonna take Tennessee in that one as well.
Yeah.
And let's end the night. We got Vanderbilt traveling to Austin, Texas, where Texas is currently a 3.5 point favorite. So, Lucas, go ahead.
Dang, the line moved. It was at 2.5 to start.
Yeah.
Yeah, give me Vandy to go on the road, man, to keep this train rolling. Um, did y'all both pick Vandy last week? I know you
I
picked
pick I
Missouri.
I
I
we
pick
both take
Mizzou.
Missouri. Yeah.
Yeah. Um, Again, I think Diego Pavia is a very good quarterback, a college quarterback. He didn't have his best game against Missouri, but I think the offense bounces back against Texas. As I mentioned kind of earlier, I think they're a hard nosed football team, and I think they go into Austin and hit Texas in the mouth, and I don't think Texas is ready for that. So give me Vandy on the road to get the win.
Well,
Yeah, I didn't pick him last week. Diego Pavia slapped that right in my face. So I'll take him this week. I think Texas is just not at all. I mean, their record's way better than what they are. They could easily have at least two more losses, probably more if I went and dug deep. Um, Arch concussed, backup playing. Sometimes that helps, sometimes it doesn't. But he's had one pass. It was for a touchdown, but you've thrown one pass all year. You're at home, which helps, but Vanderbilt's experienced. They're well coached. They got a dog at quarterback. I think Vanderbilt goes in there and beats them.
yeah, I'm gonna take Vanderbilt as well. I think one of the things is people want to dog Arch for some of the ways he plays, but I mean, like you just said, Will, your backup's throwing one pass, so what can you really expect? What would be interesting is he if the backup does play and he goes off, then all of a sudden is there going to be a conversation after next week of what's next or what? But no, I mean I could see this very much ending up like the Missouri game, where it's just a very low scoring defensive back and forth. I mean, I don't see any way Texas defense plays like it did against Mississippi State back to back weeks. But Texas also has to find a way to stay on the field. I mean, if Texas offense is punting all day, then definitely could see it getting ugly. So, but I think Vanderbilt will win it in a low scoring game. So solidifies their or gets closer to solidifying their bid to uh, playoff appearance. Just like we all thought
I,
Vanderbilt making it to the college football playoff.
I don't think it. I don't think it matters if the backup or Arch plays. That offensive line is bad,
Yeah,
Awful.
it's
and
rough,
I'm pretty
man.
sure.
Awful.
And
Rough.
I don't know. I don't. Their one offensive lineman, who was a bright spot this season. I think he went down with an injury
He
in the
did.
Mississippi State game. I don't know the severity of it at all, but if he's out long term, that's not a good look.
No.
So we'll see.
Oof.
Yeah.
I think yeah, I think if things start going down for Texas, I mean, I think Sark, I mean, I think he's I think kind of to the point from earlier, I think he may be a shoe into the NFL. Like, I'm not sticking around for back to back years and getting fired from this.
Yeah. That
But
could
we'll
possibly
see.
be.
Yeah.
Yep.
Y'all got anything else?
All good.
All right. Well, we appreciate everybody watching. Continue to
8-0,
like.
baby.
Hey, no. You gonna put the hat back on? Oh man. Everybody continue to like, subscribe, share, tell your friends, tell your family. Watch our YouTube, listen to our Spotify, listen to Apple Music, watch our TikToks, give us all the great comments and commentary that you have to offer. Just know that we will respond. So be ready for that. But other than that, we'll see you next week.
See ya.